Good call on the change of flight too, mate. Good call. One pattern through there dozens and dozens of times for one hit. And good call, mate. They must have all seen it. Change of fly. First cast with a pink thing, a big pink thing, mind you. There you go. First cast in Kabushka. There we are. Thanks, mate. Nice. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's good. Hold it still. Let me just get him close on that fly. That's great. Thanks. So that's an unweighted pink thing, and I made them specifically for the shallow water stuff. Thanks, Jason.
A few years ago, I was asked to list in order of preference my 6 favourite fish. I ended up with barramundi at number 1, and I suspect I'm far from alone on that rating too. Their natural distribution takes up most of Australia's tropical coastline. But of course, these can also be considered a freshwater fish, and with varying degrees of success, impoundments throughout Queensland have been heavily stocked. These stocking programs in dams such as Awoonga near Gladstone have had a huge impact on tourism-based sport fishing, as well as creating highly valued recreational facilities for local communities. Professional guide and maestro of barra fishing, Jason Wilhelm, operates on the dams of this region. Awoonga has been his home water for a number of years, and he has pioneered many impoundment barra fishing strategies. Awoonga is a heavily stocked waterway, receiving 200,000 barramundi a year, and these have a rapid growth rate. When full, it has a surface area of 6.5 thousand hectares and supports an immense amount of life both below and above water. It's an oasis in this dry country.
You don't like these super calm conditions, Jason?
No, I don't. It's looks nice and pretty to fish, but makes it very difficult. Water stays clear, and if the barra can see, if you can see the barra, they can definitely see you. So when it's clear like this, maximum casting distance is the key. The further you can stay out off the weed bed or off your edges, the more chance you're going to get of not spooking fish.
So what sort of conditions do you like?
Oh, well, really 20 to 25 knots of sou'easter is good.
That's a big breeze.
It is a big wind, and it does get rough out here, but it really makes these fringes here that you can see in the background creates really nice dirty water, and barramundi love dirty water. So it gives you somewhere to target, and it does congregate the fish. So
right.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Okay, what's the forecast for today?
About as good as we've got now. It's going to be glassy, so yeah, we're going to do it a bit tough, but
perfect for fly fishing.
Better.
Casting flies, and yeah, absolutely, and for sight fishing too.
Yeah,
but
that's for sure. And we're going to see some sights today. That's for sure.
Okay.
We're just going to have to work hard, and I've got confidence we can still catch some fish.
Oh, look at them. God, look at him. Just gone back down again. Yeah, like carp. With apologies to the barramundi. Look at this. This is amazing, this shallow bay, Jason. What's happening here?
We've had some temperatures drop down to record levels, 6 degrees, 7 degrees at night. Consequently, all the fish have searched for some warm water. The core temperature of the dams dropped down to about 16 degrees.
Right.
So in these fringes here and amongst this weed, they're basically coming in here to warm up. Some of them are in fairly bad condition, as you've probably seen.
That's amazing, look at him. Do you want to rub some sunscreen on his back while you're there?
It's about 1.10 meters. Barra sitting there.
Ha!
I don't get close to them like that very often.
That's extraordinary, mate. But they're not really catchable when they're like that,
No,
are they?
mate, they're here because they're in bad shape.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to warm up.
It's like a hospital ward back
More
here.
or less, yeah. We've just come in to have a bit of a look, and
Yeah.
they're not the sort of fish you're going to catch.
It gives me an indication of the size of the fish in here, though. It's phenomenal.
A big number of metre
Yeah,
plus fish,
yeah.
plus 70s, 80s, 90s.
Well, we're seeing far more metre fish than big fish. You know,
Yeah,
metre plus fish than smaller fish. And you know, the percentage is 20, 30 to 1. It seems. You know, you occasionally see a little guy cruising through, but most of them are these monsters.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of the 110 to 115 centimetre fish.
Yeah.
And obviously we're seeing a lot of them in these shallow bays, but we're also seeing them on the edges as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it's quite possible they're coming up here to get better, to warm up, and then they're moving back to the fringe. Food's the last thing on their mind. Yeah, I think the fish that we will catch will be the fish on the edges, not so much the ones in the shallows. Go aggressive, go real aggressive.
Faster.
Yep, nice hard quick strips, that's it.
Maybe not deep enough. There he is. Just a warm-up fish.
Well then.
Yeah, put a shock tipper there. Just a warm-up fish. Yeah, let's fight it. Bit of fight time. All right, okay. Thank you, Jason.
All right, mate. Start.
Awoonga fly caught barra. Oh, that did suck it down, didn't it?
All right.
Yeah. This particular pattern is one that I've caught several fish on this trip. This is called a Fat Boy. It's a fly of my own design and very effective, very realistic bait fish imitation. Plenty of subtle movement in the water, great profile. Remember, barramundi feed from underneath. They've got upturned mouth, they'll come up under their prey and boof, suck it in. So from underneath, this actually has a reasonably fat profile. A bit of a channel there, I'll let that sink. You have to suspect that a channel in the weed bed continues on out here, doesn't it? I mean, it's there for a reason. Part of the bottom structure. Whether it's an old gully or...
It was time to look for other features that could hold concentrations of barra that might be tempted into biting. Finding warmer water was essential, but natural gullies flanked by weed beds and dotted with snags was what we were looking for. These provide shelter when required and an ambush point. Additionally, the channels between the weed beds allow scope for long, varied retrieves past this cover, putting a correctly weighted fly into the faces of the fish.
I'm going to go for something a bit darker. This is actually a Murray cod pattern. It's a Fat Boy variation. And my thinking is it's going to push a lot of water. Down there amongst the weeds, it's going to be a lot more subtle.
Yeah, I like the colour of that. I like the bulky head too. It's definitely going to move water. It's well known that barramundi lateral lines pick up a lot of movement.
See that line snap?
Yep, and I've seen one.
There he is! There he is!
Oh yeah!
We're spooking others here. I can see them going everywhere. Oh, come on, mate. Nice fish.
There's a heap of barra just cruising around here, eh? There's a heap of them. There's another nice 90 centimetre Lake Awoonga Barra. She's in really good condition and she's definitely ready to swim, so
See you, girl.
we'll get her back in. That's her cue.
Straight into the weed beds.
Yeah, we actually watched that fish come up and eat the fly, which was pretty sensational.
That was amazing. Great stuff. And hopefully we haven't spooked the school of them. They seemed like happy fish, you know. They weren't lying up in the shallows getting warm. They were in 6 feet of water and they were just lying in mid-water. God help any little bait fish that swims through there, because they seem to be in a better mood. The water temperature's come up to, what, over 20?
Just on 20 degrees we've got here.
Yeah, and the fish are just becoming more active. Fantastic. Let's do it.
Finding the right water is only the start. Barra can be a notoriously fickle fish, and you need to be prepared to work through a wide range of flies and retrieves at varying depths to find something that will work.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Sometimes a particular combination will be effective on a series of fish.
Bigger.
At other times it might work only once. Then you need to make changes. When you can see fish, either on the sounder or visually, but are getting no response, it's particularly important that you try various tactics. If it's not working, change it. Changing fly line density and the weight of the fly is as critically important as the pattern you're using. These allow variations in the retrieve. Keeping the fly close to the depth the fish are at is the name of the game here, especially when the water is cool. Later in the day, when the water is at its warmest, is often the peak bite period.
Go up. Come out from under there. Whoa! Now they're starting to get a bit better.
Yeah, that's a nice fish.
What's your brag mat say about that?
Yeah, that's an 80 centimetre fish, that one. Easy.
Okay.
So you're getting up into the 6-7 kilos. Nice solid fish.
Okay, still a baby in this
Still
dam.
a baby, but
Yeah.
these are great fish to catch these size.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I'd rate that as a pretty successful day, Jason. That's bloody good fishing.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Bloody good fishing.
Good fun.
Yeah.
Good healthy
And
fish.
with all, you know, there's always the prospect of one of those monsters. This light is so beautiful. I've just got to get some pics.
Oh, for sure.
And later in the day, the more aggressive they've become. Whew. I think it's beer o'clock.
I think so. Sounds good.
Great day, thanks,
No
mate.
worries.
Great day. Great day.
It really pays to get to know the habits and likes and dislikes of many fish. Are they an ambush feeder? What do they prefer to eat? What water temperature do they favour? Changing flies means varying colour, weight and profile. Then you want that fly at the depth the fish are either holding at or feeding in. Varying your retrieve alters completely how a fly behaves. Different flies work with different retrieves,